Right, so good morning from Bishkek. So we've just stumbled across here this absolutely huge piece of street art on the wall of a school. So this is a piece of art that anyone in Kyrgyzstan will recognise because it is from a Soviet era painting called The Daughter of Soviet Kyrgyzstan, and what that was meant to represent was the Soviet Union bringing education to the peasants, to remote and rural areas in the Soviet Union. But you can see this kind of modern take on it. It's almost like a Banksy work. They've given her an iPad and some headphones rather than a book, which I suppose symbolises that capitalism rather than communism is the predominant ideology of the day.
Да, потом на работу.
Salam sizbe.
Hay,
Qandaysınız?
yaxshi. Qaysi tildan so'zlaysiz? Nemis tilidan?
Kyrgyzcha,
Yangicha.
Kyrgyzcha, Ruscha. Bu evne, bu klubnay, Dora. Bir banka qanchadan? 250, 300 makul. Ja, ich spreche Deutsch. Ja, Sie sprechen Deutsch?
Eine Teller kostet 13.
Tres. 200. Ah, cool, danke. Siz azametsiz. Siz avdan Jakşı, Nemitsa, söylesiniz.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön, bitteschön, bitteschön.
Vielen Dank.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, if you want, buy some there as well.
Oh, God, we can't buy any more. I was going to buy some buns. But we're not going to buy any more, Andrew, because we'll never eat them all.
Yeah. Right, so whilst Kyrgyzstan became independent in 1991, they still use Russian quite a lot here. It's still an official language. And so everywhere you go, particularly in Bishkek, everything's written both in Kyrgyz, so that's the language at the top there, kabat, which means floor. And then they've also got it written in Russian, so that says etage. And this is the Cyrillic script, so obviously it's kind of different from the Latin script. Some characters are quite similar, so the T and the A are exactly the same as English, whereas other characters are very different. So this character here is a J. Salam sizbe, biz dörtüz.
Dört adam.
Dört adam. Rahman. Anglisce var mı menü? Anglisce. So we're back in our favourite spot, the Cafe Nabat, and you've got all of the culinary delights of Central Asia here at the restaurant. You've got some of the baked goods here, so laposhka, the flatbread, that's very famous. In Kyrgyzstan you've got these little kind of fried dough balls called borsoki as well. There's samsa, which is a bit like a kind of a Kyrgyz pasty. And then kind of moving on through the menus, you've got the dumplings, the manta, we'll have to give them a go later. Kordak, which is kind of fried meat and vegetables. No Kyrgyz menu would be complete without beshpamak, which is this stew that was traditionally cooked by the nomads out on the steppe, most famously like we had last night with horse. You can tell from this food that Kyrgyzstan is very close to China because both of these dishes resemble Chinese dishes. You've got lahman here, which is basically a kind of a one-pot noodle soup that nomads would have made. Obviously it's very easy to make. You couldn't take many kind of much kitchenware around with you when you're a nomad. And also you're probably going to recognise these as well. You've got manta, which are very similar to Chinese dumplings, and they'll be filled either with vegetables or meat. So let's try it. Noodles are definitely a bit stodgier, a bit bouncier than the ones you'd get back at home in a local Chinese restaurant. The flavours though, with the pepper and the cilantro, the coriander are really fresh. So we're off out of Bishkek this afternoon to the Ala-Archa National Park, in which the Tian Shan mountains are situated. So they form the natural border between China and Central Asia. So Tian Shan in Chinese means the mountain of gods, and that's not just because they were so high, but also because way back when the nomads worshipped these mountains. So let's go see these sacred mountains. So the weather's getting cooler here though.
That's what the lady told me. She said, aren't you cold? I said, no. She said, oh, it's getting a lot chillier. I thought it was a bit cooler in the mornings. We doing the trailers?
Yeah, just small.
What's that?
Be careful of the oh, is that ticks? Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh. Be careful of the ticks. Right, so that looks like the expert's path over there to the left. So I think we'll go with the paved path here for the beginners. After bad-mouthing the lady in the centre, her strawberries actually turned out to be absolutely delicious. It's like eating jam.
Sonríe, AJ.
Got all of the national animals of Kyrgyzstan on this board now. Kyrgyzstan's obviously a quite mountainous area, so you've got your birds of prey, animals that can bury themselves away like this little one here, or can store food like the squirrel, and then you've got your kind of big predators as well.
Well, the biggest one is the snow leopard.
Snow leopard.
Which
Yeah.
is mainly solitary throughout the year, except for when it has its young.
It has its young, indeed.
And it's
Yeah.
about 12 years old.
Really?
About
And
12
these
years.
golden eagles, they live even longer, don't they? Usually.
Golden eagles live up to 50 years.
50 years, yeah. And then these little ones will live a lot less, particularly if they get eaten by a golden eagle or a snow leopard.
No.
So the Kyrgyz were traditionally nomads, and so they would do a lot of hunting when they're up in the mountains in the summer, in the autumn, and it would usually be something like one of these unsuspecting goats that they would be after, which they'd be making their beshparmak, their stew with.
No tan cerca.
Got here Insta Dad.
Now you're taking a picture.
Alright, okay.
See, now suddenly you're good.
Yeah.
Alright. Learn from the experts. It's like a
It's part of the wedding, I think.
part of the wedding.
Is it a wedding?
This is the third wedding we've been to in 2 days.